Hello, I'm Reverend Michael Mugford, and I'm part of the ministry team at Harbour Woodside United Church, along with the Reverend Krista Elizabeth Wynne. In the poem Time and Materials by Pulitzer Prize-winning poet Robert Haas, we find these words. To make layers, as if they were a steadiness of days. It snowed. I did errands at a desk. A white flurry out the window thickening. My tongue tasted of the glue on envelopes. On this day, sunlit on red, bare trees. Nothing stirred in the icy air. On this day, a blur of color moving at the gym, where the heat from bodies meets the watery, cold surface of the glass. Made love, made curry, talked on the phone to friends, the one whose brother died. Was crying and thinking alternately. Like someone falling down and getting up, and running and falling and getting up. It's been said, if you want to know what we think is important, look at how we spend our time. If you want to know what we value, look at how we spend our money. And if you want to know what we believe, look at how we live. In the poem I just shared by Robert Haas, he notes that life is a slow, gradual gathering of experiences. And the question to which the poem is meant to reply is, what are you doing? And the answer, falling down and getting up and running and falling and getting up. Lives are not created in a dramatic instance or even over a spectacular week, like the creation story from Genesis. Rather, lives are laid down in layers, a gradual accumulation of actions. As we continue to live under COVID-19 and as we begin to be shown the racism in our systems of society, and as we begin to move more greatly to understand the interconnectedness of the planet, both natural and human created, we need to watch what we are doing as people of faith. Christianity has encouraged believers to view their time in history as special and to view ourselves as special. In the United States and in Canada, this conviction emerged as the religious face of a civic sense called manifest destiny. And we're realizing that this worldview of our chosenness has meant that we, as mainly white Christians, have trampled on, denied, and destroyed the humanity of too many people. And now our chickens are coming home to roost. The idea that we are exceptional is really unwarranted. Copernicus discovered centuries ago that human beings do not stand at the center of things. And in fact, the more we learn about the universe, the more non-special our location here on Earth becomes. The Earth orbits an ordinary star in an undistinguished region of an ordinary galaxy. And in spite of what we're experiencing right now, COVID-19 and racial injustice, misogyny, homophobia, we are experiencing it as ordinary people. And in the long path of history, these blips are in ordinary time. That doesn't mean that we should just shrug off what's going on around us, but rather know that it joins us to the long path of the human experience. And to me, that's good news. It enables me to live my life as it unfolds in steady ways on ordinary days, and can help me focus on life, the 95% of which is in so many ways wondrously mundane. And when the extraordinary does come, I can engage it and will not have missed the 95% of my life that makes up most of who I am. Many seem fixed on the ends of the earth, creation, and then the apocalypse, or both. But faith thrives not in the miraculous, but in the mundane, in the steady unfolding of days. And even if we don't realize it or acknowledge it, that steadiness is a sacrament. It expresses the divine presence of God in the mundane things. When Jesus brought to us what we now call communion, he used ordinary everyday items, bread and wine, and he showed how they were holy representations of the divine in him, and he invited us to share that representation of the divine which is in all ordinary things within the world. And that's sacrament. And if we remember it, then we will feel it too. And feeling it doesn't always mean that we're going to be some happy person as we're driving along with thousands of others in traffic. It simply means that I know what I am doing is in the presence of God. Now, if I were much wiser and much more patient and had much better concentration, I could sit in silence in my chair, look out my window at a green tree and the blue sky, and know that breathing is a gift, that a breath is sufficient for the moment, and that breathing air is breathing God. That is who we are, and that is what we are doing. Breathing God each and every day. Peace.